Welcome back to the armory. Well, today we're doing some more work on the 308 rifle. As you can see, I got some stain on the bottom here. I got the action back in the stock. Everything's looking great. I also got my bolt done. It's got a nice turn down handle, and I didn't even have to inlet in the wood. I just got to do some more finish cleanup on that. I am waiting for some bolt parts to arrive, so I still don't have a complete bolt assembly, and it looks like we'll be able to go out to the range probably in 2 weeks. So I'm looking forward to that, and I'm definitely going to take this and see how she does, and get some shots fired out of it, because I think this is going to be a fantastic, absolutely fantastic rifle. So today's video is going to be a little short, but one thing I wanted to touch on, buddy of mine in the last video, I kind of glossed over something, and I probably should have filmed it for everybody, but here's a very important thing. So we rebarreled this action. It's an old military Mauser receiver, and we rebarreled it with a brand new Schillen barrel, and I got that from Midway. It was already pre-threaded barrel for the Mauser action, so all that, but it is short chambered, and the chamber needs to be finished by the gunsmith installing the barrel, and the headspace needs to be set at that point in time. So a friend of mine said, why don't you go ahead and film what that is and what that means? And I said, that's a really good idea for anybody playing with firearms at all. This is something that is very overlooked, that really should not be overlooked. Every rifle needs to be checked for headspace. It is a very, very important thing to do, especially when you do major gunsmithing work, new barrel, fitting a new bolt. If something goes wrong, something happens, you need to change a bolt. Headspace needs to be verified to make sure that the round is in the chamber in the correct depth and position, because a lot of bad things can happen when it's not. So today we're going to go over some head spacing, and what we've got two headspace gauges. And we've got a go gauge and a no-go gauge. And the go gauge basically means that the chamber is the proper size and the bolt is properly spaced in the chamber. So here is the go gauge, and the go gauge is measured at 1.630 inches, and the 308 is measured off the shoulder of the case. So it's very, very simple. You just insert the gauge into the chamber, and your bolt should close without any effort whatsoever. It should close and lock up just as it should. Now this means that a factory round like such will chamber with no problem. The depth is at least at its minimum depth for a round. So this, we know the go gauge works properly. Now the no-go gauge is labeled as 1.634. So this is 0.04 of an inch longer than the go gauge. So you don't have a lot of give between go and no-go. And basically you just repeat the same procedure, but the no gauge should not close. As we can see, the bolt is not going into battery. This tells you that the chamber is not beyond its maximum length, and that tells you that the headspace on the rifle is proper and where it should be. So this is a step, like I said, pretty much every gun needs to be checked especially when you buy them, when you don't know anything about them. Factory guns, quality control should catch things like that, but they are mass produced, and stuff happens. It really does. So it's a good idea to get in the habit of, anytime you're working on a gun, to go ahead and check your headspace. Headspace gauges are not cheap. They are kind of expensive. I think this set of 2, I believe, was about $70 for 308. So it's an investment, but it's a very important investment. Old military surplus, stuff that's gone through re-arsenaling and military reworking. It's not a good idea just to stick ammo in it and shoot it, because you don't know if all the specifications are set up properly. Sometimes they're slapped together. Sometimes they're the wrong parts. And on milsurp guns, I've found milsurp guns way out of spec. And it does actually happen. So that's a real important thing for anybody working on their rifles or doing anything to them. And I think it's a good idea to know that your rifle is within its proper headspace to be safe to shoot. So that's that. I'm waiting on spring. I do have a brand new reproduction firing pin. I'm waiting on a spring and an extractor. So hopefully those will come in this week. We can call this project done then. And we can go to the range and see how this gun shoots, because I think this is going to be a very, very fun rifle. So, bit of a short video. Make sure your guns are headspaced properly, and we'll catch you on the next video. Thanks for watching. I'll talk to you real soon. Bye.